is my review on, I think this came out in 2019 on Wonder Woman Bloodline. 2019, I mean, yeah, 2019 came out. This movie, Wonder Woman Bloodline, which is my favorite adaptation of Wonder Woman. Played by Rosario Dawson. Who plays Wonder Woman. This is my, definitely, obviously going to be my favorite role that she's ever done. And I think I liked her more in this than I liked her as Batgirl from Lego Batman movie. Because I feel like she does a better job of performing as Wonder Woman than she ever did as Batgirl. Well, she did a really good job as Batgirl in Lego Batman movie, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think she was awesome in that. I thought Batgirl was really good in that. But I feel like, I think I'm more surprised at how good she did in this versus Batgirl from Lego Batman in a movie. And, so Rosario Dawson, really does capture the humor and heart of Wonder Woman character in this film, as she always does. And however, here she is the main focus, and because normally this is the only one when she gets the main screen time and in her solo film. Because she's usually either doing a crossover with Superman, like in Death of Superman or the Reign of Superman, or a Justice League animated movie. And I found out who plays Wonder Woman because I was curious who played that Wonder Woman, and it turns out it's Rosario Dawson. And the guy who plays Superman and the Death of Superman is and also in the Reign of Superman, and also Justice League Apocalyptic War and Justice League Dark. When I say Justice League Apocalyptic War, I meant Justice League Dark Apocalyptic War. And the guy who plays Superman in all of those movies is none other than Jerry O'Connell. I'm not kidding, that comedian that comes across a bit of a crazy dick in some of the movies, like in Piranha 3D, and a bit of a creep. Maybe that's just when he's no, that's not fair. What I'm trying to say is he usually doesn't do serious stuff. And, I just wouldn't expect Jerry O'Connell to play Superman so well. I think he's my favorite Superman out of any adaptation. I like him more than Tim Daly and Henry Cavill as Superman, because I feel like his Superman was the most developed and the most complex, without telling you his origins. and the most well written. And also surprisingly the best acted and performed. So Rosario is her first name is really high name to pronounce. You might know her and her famous Bomb Pluto and F when she played second fiddle to Eddie Murphy's character. She was also in the two Sin City movies. Anyway, you know how Michael Chiklis captured all over the years of Deathstroke from the comics? Like, the same goes for her as Wonder Woman, and the same goes for Jerry O'Connell as, well, Superman, surprisingly. Because you don't really expect either one of those to act, either actresses or actor, to do that great of a job. And apparently they're both really good actors and actresses. Both of them are good at really acting. So, yeah, the plot of the film is that one woman commits treason to save Steve's treasure from prison, which saves him from being executed after him accidentally getting deserted on an island after fixing him up and saving his life. Which the Purple Raid, and that's what it's called, the Purple Raid, because that's the actual name of it. That's what the Amazons call it. And the reason why that they want to execute him because he broke law by stepping on a land that's only meant for Amazons, also known as a women-only island. And that Amazons as in warriors. She explains the whole policy and how things work and why he's going to be in prison and probably executed, and apologizes for this inconvenience, and Daniel does, and says someone has to warn the people about these demons, these things that attack me, these creatures. Someone has to warn the world. I have to tell them. I have to tell them. How am I going to tell them if you're in prison? Someone has to do something. And says, please help me. I don't know what. He doesn't know what to do and stuff. And so Diana commits treason and breaks Steve Trevor out of prison and assaults one of her fellow sisters, Amazon warriors. And then gets in a fight with her mother, goes easy on mother goes easy on her, and lets her survive. And she stole the last soul of truth, not sure she got her hands on the last soul of truth. And So, Mother warns her that if she goes down this road, she's forbidden on Amazon ground, and she'll no longer be legally considered, she won't be considered a real Amazon, a real warrior. And this makes her mother disappointed in Diane because she committed treason. Because I was the queen of the Amazon, and then Diane's the princess, so she doesn't recognize her daughter anymore because of the whole Green Treason Act and stuff. So she never returns to Amazon territory until years later, when his core will incidentally be under attack, and the reason why they need the go there, because Diane needs to save her friend, the Silver Swan. That's her superhero name, and I think her legal name is called Liz or something like that. It's a girl's name. And she's also another protagonist of the film. She's a protagonist right next to Wonder Woman. And for a while, it focused less on. For a while, the film focused less on Diana, more on the person who become the Silver Swan, who become our main villain of the film, and you get a feeling of serious neglect and disapproval from her biological mother, and you feel like she's favoring Diana and not noticing her actual daughter and treating Diana like she's the daughter, more so than her actual daughter. It's and this makes her jealous, but at 2 points she starts to resent Diana, who is Wonder Woman, and Diana knows that something's wrong with her, and then she just tells Sensor to give her a note so she can get better, because Diana sees what the mother's doing, but doesn't speak up for her, and she wants Diana wants her to fall on her dreams, and not what her mother wants, and the reason why she doesn't do that is because her mother was just to prove on her dream, on anything that she does, on everything she does, because she used to play the drums when she was little and be more talkative. But as time went on, she just started losing herself because her biological mother made her feel less than what she was. And Diana clearly sees what's going on, what the mother's not intentionally doing. And it's later to reveal that the mother really does care about and worry about the daughter, the situation that she's in, and doesn't know. We don't want why she's committing these illegal crimes and why she's making a deal with criminals and stuff. So Diana, as Wonder Woman, interferes. When she knows about it, decades later, as she's been an active Wonder Woman and joined the Justice League, and the Justice League have been a team for a while. You're not really sure how much time it has. You just know it's got to be at least a decade or so. And when she decided to be the hero, the mother understood where was Diana coming from, why she felt like she needs to do this. She could help her and the mother's position, but she feel like this is a bad way for her to help her in her way than the mother's way, who is the mother of the Silver Swan, who becomes the Silver Swan after the mother gets murdered somehow. Supposedly when Diana was kicking ass as Wonder Woman, someone shot the mother and cold blood, and she's bleeding to death, and Diana takes the blame, because she blames the mother she blames the Diana because no one was supposed to be there denying Diana when they made the deal. And when they follow out on the deal. And supposedly, I guess it's implied it was supposed to be one way thing, but then she decides that she's all in on the supervillain team, and she becomes the Silver Swan, after experiment on her that gives her powers. But the thing is, there's a catch that they didn't told her. What gave her these powers is also slowly poisoning her body and her mind. And she's so blinded by hatred and rage towards Diana, she can't see that Diana's trying to help her and not fully yet, and before it's too late, before she's dead. So that's why she keeps on kicking Diana's ass, who is Wonder Woman. And so that's when Diana gets the plan. The way to save her was the technology that the Purple Ray is capable of from Themyscira. But she doesn't remember where Themyscira is located, because it's a precaution that whoever was ever on Themyscira, once they leave, they forgot where Themyscira is located. Forever, supposedly. But she figures it out because the mother was supposedly, who's the mother of the mother who was supposedly the mother of the Silver Swan, supposedly was doing investigating and trying to find where Themyscira was for some reason. Only later to revealed that it's this person who was looking for Themyscira was the person, the main villain, who's been pulling the strings of our heroes and of our villains of the film, including the main villain, the Silver Swan, and manipulating every person. And we don't find out who it is until the post-credits of the film. This is after the big climax that takes place on Themyscira. Once Wonder Woman arrives there, they're too late, and it's already falling into chaos, and everyone's getting turned to stone because they unleash the secret weapon, which is Medusa. But then Medusa turns on her own team because she sees her more superior than any of them, because she is. Silver Swan's fighting Diana, so Silver Swan doesn't get turned to stone like her other teammates do, so yeah. She then once Silver Swan gets knocked down, Diana has to fight Medusa when she's a giant size. After she becomes literally a giant, after becoming regular size Medusa, through the power of getting an upgrade with this formula that enhances her abilities and makes her more than what she is, and makes her physically bigger to a giant size. And Diana tries to tries to talk some sense into Medusa by showing her compassion and understanding. Say, you don't have to do this. You can choose your own path. And she says, okay, I choose to kill your mother. And then that's business Diana saying, that I won't allow. She takes the sword down with and starts swinging at it to Medusa, and Medusa's kicking the shit out of Diana, and they're both hitting at each other really hard. and this is when the gaze of the Amazon was, and the Queen of the Amazon closed his gaze to protect himself and not help Diana after the rest of the Amazon turned to stone. And this Amazon doesn't believe that Diana can possibly win the fight. And the Queen of Amazon, who is Diana's mother, say, "You're right. You're right. You speak the truth." Even though she's clearly concerned for her own daughter's life and not winning and dying. But then, as the battle goes on, as she survives several swings across solid some bricks, and which is ice, she survives swings and getting thrown across like a ragdoll and getting bitten with venom several times. She's still going and still standing, still fighting the fight, and it becomes clear that she's not trying to survive. She's just trying to win the fight. She doesn't care if she lives or die. And the mother figures this out because she knows her daughter. She says she's not. She's and the all figure out that she's going to die, and the mother says she's not trying to survive this fight. She's trying to win it, like a true Amazon. Her mother says. And you see, like, her mother slowly becomes proud of self-pride in her daughter again, because she recognized who Diane, that's still her baby girl, because that's still her daughter, because you realize she's just trying to fight the fights and win them no matter the cost. Like a real Amazon warrior. A true one. Silver Swans, after seeing that Diana will literally put her own life on line to save from Medusa. And then, then she says she decides to stand by Diana's side and fight by Diana's side, who is one win, and that's when they team up right after one does something stupid and crazy, and so in order for her not to get turned to stone, she blinds herself by cutting off a piece of Medusa's hair and blinding herself with venom so she can't see, so she can take on Medusa. And Medusa says, you can't poison me with my own venom, you idiot. She basically says that, and Wonder delivers this line, "That's not what I had in mind." And she just like pours venom on her eye socket, and she don't get along and see. And Medusa says, "Look at me," and she says, "As you wish." And you see that, holy shit, she's blind now, and yet she can still somehow beats Medusa and decapitates her. And with the help of her friend, who is now her friend again, who became her enemy in the film, who are now friends, and they seal the patches and fix their relationship through trust and love and unconditional love that Diana showed Silver Swan that she never really got from her mother. Because while Diana, Wonder Woman, made her feel more than what she was, the mother did the opposite, her biological mother, Silver Swan. So basically, So once the whole fight is over, all the Amazons just unturned to stone, and you see that Diana's like saved the day with help, but Diana definitely did most of it. And she says to her mother that she's sorry that she wasn't the daughter that she deserved and wanted, to her mother. And the mother says to her, "You made me proud, and you proved to me you're more of an Amazon than I ever imagined you could be. You're every bit of an Amazon and more than I ever imagined you to be, and more of a daughter that I could ever deserve or wanted," she says to Diana. And she says that when she heard the name that they gave her, Wonder Woman, the public, the government, she didn't like it because she thought it meant that she's no longer part of Diana's life, and that's no longer her baby girl. And Diana says, "I am Wonder Woman, but I always will be your daughter." So Diana gets her eyesight back with a purple ray, and the